We lack ability to even count the stars. Yet Jehovah knows each one by name. Looking beyond our galaxy, astronomers are finding that sections of the sky appearing nearly empty from Earth are actually filled with thousands of other galaxies. But did Jehovah scatter them randomly? Even at this colossal scale, elegant organization is seen.
There is one who is stretching out the heavens just as a fine gauze, who spreads them out like a tent in which to dwell.
All of these massive celestial bodies are in constant motion. Their precise movements have been likened to the choreography of an elaborate ballet.
Enormous asteroid impacts that rain death from the sky. Entire planets colliding and turning worlds into dust. A black hole that's been blowing away the rest of its galaxy for 100 million years. And massive stars that rock the universe like nothing else. Get ready to be blown away. They can not only wipe out cities filled with millions of people in the blink of an eye, but can lay waste to entire continents, planets, and even rip galaxies apart.
The universe is filled with tremendously violent explosions and blasts and events.
Asteroids and comets have much more in common than just physical and chemical composition. They've both left deep scars on Earth, which have resulted in the extermination of life, time and time again. Near-Earth objects are asteroids and comets whose orbits bring them close to Earth's orbit. In the case of asteroids, Jupiter's gravity or light pressure from the Sun can bump these cosmic relics out of the asteroid belt. Similarly, the gravity from planet Neptune can nudge comets out of the Kuiper belt. The scars from asteroid impacts can be seen throughout our solar system. All the terrestrial planets and moons show the marks of these deadly blows, including Earth. 65 million years ago, a cosmic object roughly 6 miles across impacted the Yucatan Peninsula near the modern village of Chicxulub, Mexico. It produced kinetic energy equivalent to 8 billion Hiroshima atomic bombs. The impact event left a crater in the ocean over 110 miles across and 20 times as deep as the Grand Canyon. A 6-mile-wide space rock, taller than Mount Everest and almost as wide, thundered into Earth.
So I'm sitting in front of the meteor crater in Arizona, and this is about 3/4 of a mile wide. So if we were to drive across this at about 55 or 60 miles per hour, it would take like a minute. Well, the crater created by the asteroid that impacted the Yucatan Peninsula, it would take over 2 hours to drive it at about the same speed. So you can imagine how much larger that crater is than this one behind me.
Many scientists now believe the impact event extinguished 75% of animal and plant species on land and sea, including the dinosaurs. On June 30th, 1908, the biggest cosmic disaster in recorded human history on Earth occurred in Russia. A large object exploded in Siberia's remote Tunguska wilderness. The blast ignited heat and shock waves, which toppled 80 million trees over an 800 square mile area. Yet no one was directly killed because few people lived in the area. The Tunguska disaster had baffled scientists for almost a century because no impact crater or meteorite has been found. And many of the trees in the area were flattened, but not incinerated. Many scientists finally came to the conclusion that a space rock exploded as an airburst when it hit our atmosphere.
That in fact these are probably more common than we had really thought.
The asteroid was originally calculated to be 200 feet in diameter and released 10 to 15 megatons of energy based on the devastation in the area. But Boslow now thinks the size was much smaller. Boslow's new research may mean that finding smaller asteroids is more important than previously thought.
One of the conclusions that results from this work is that smaller asteroids can create significant damage at the surface.
It's not a matter of if, but when we'll be hit by another Tunguska object. It's estimated to happen once every 500 years. And with Earth being more populated today, such an impact could be deadly. Asteroid and comet impacts are not events of the past. They're ongoing, and one day could again profoundly alter life on Earth. Believe it or not, Earth takes a hit from soccer ball-sized space rocks every day. Most go unseen. But in 1992, amateur video caught a meteorite flash across the nighttime sky. It eventually crushed the back end of a parked car in suburban New York. Potential harm one could cause keeps NASA on high alert. Congress mandated that NASA must detect over 90% of near-Earth objects over a half-mile in diameter. These rocks could strike the Earth with the energy greater than all the nuclear weapons on our planet today. In the actual universe, the sky is filled with real-life Death Stars.
It can be thought of as sort of a time bomb.
Some are dangerously close to our planet.
Earth's life might take a bad hit when that radiation reaches us.
And one has the Earth in its crosshairs.
It was almost a shock. I didn't believe it when I first saw it.
They are the Death Stars, and they make the universe a very dangerous place. Stars explode every day in the universe, but this one is different. It lurks in the constellation Sagittarius, the mythological archer of the celestial zodiac. The star is called WR104, and its destructive force could be targeting us and taking aim at our fragile blue planet with enough deadly radiation to ignite our protective ozone layer. This would incite drastic climate change, cause the extinction of many plant and animal species, and potentially the demise of mankind. Their last breath can ignite the biggest explosion in the known universe. A gamma-ray burst. A blast far exceeding the energy output of our own sun over its entire 10 billion year life. If one were to target the Earth, life as we know it could cease to exist. And in 2008, scientists detected one of the strongest gamma-ray bursts on record, known as GRB 080916C. It lasted an incredible 23 minutes.
This GRB was one of the most exciting blasts ever seen because the total power inferred from the observed brightness and the distance of the blast exceeded that of any other known GRB up to that time. GRBs are so powerful along the beam of particles and radiation that even ones that are thousands of light years away, but pointing at us, could destroy much of the life on Earth.
And as the universe evolves, its biggest blasts will continue to be both the destroyer of worlds and the creators of new possibilities.